Hey guys, so sometimes taking marriage vows really does mean till death do us part. I'm here with Annie Ilonzeh and Stephen Bishop to have a Black Hollywood Live conversation.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live Conversations.
I'll pack up 9mm when Slick Rick made Mona Lisa. When Lisa Bonet was Beyonce other day, I had divas, y'all. Think I just popped up in this bitch like a fetus. Pregnant pause.
So
give you some second thoughts. Just on the bandwagon. Don't
the face.
And
The
you
face is
just said that.
I just said that.
You said that live.
I'm real. I'm a real
Like-
person,
like
so you
on
know what
TV.
you
Girl,
get with
too,
me. Hey guys, I am Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm here with these lovely people next to me, Annie Ilonzeh and Stephen Bishop. Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. You guys want to tell them where they can find
Doing
you?
good, thank you. Sorry. I'm at Annie Ilonzeh, just my first name and last name. ANNIEILONZEH.
I'm at Stephen C. Bishop on Instagram and Twitter, and then just Stephen Bishop on Facebook.
Hey guys, so I have to ask you a question before we get started because you're a baseball player before you became an actor. So did you know that was the next step you wanted to take when you retired?
I did. I took drama in college, and I, had a really pleasant experience with it. The professor, suggested that I consider doing it for a living. And at the time, I knew I was going to be, or at least I hoped and prayed that I was going to be playing pro baseball. So I told him, well, I'm going to be a baseball player. And he said, well, keep it in your back pocket. You never know. Well, here we are.
Here we are.
And he's a rapper, too.
Thanks.
Uh,
You're a rapper?
Yes, like real, though. Like, for real. And I think, do you make beats, too? Are you a producer?
I don't make beats.
Okay.
No, just
Rapper
Just write
and golfer.
Write rhymes and golf. Yes.
You're welcome. I'm your publicist right
Yeah,
now.
thank you. Thank you. Tell them about Imposters coming up soon.
And Imposters coming out in the fall.
No. I go shoot in the fall.
Yes, you go shoot in the fall in Toronto, ladies. Ladies.
Check them out in Toronto.
Don't bother me. Let me alone, Becky.
Yes, he gets focused. You did say that, so you won't be bothered at all.
So I want to know what made you guys want to do this project. What spoke to you when you read the script that was like, this is the one I want to get involved with?
Well, I will let the lady go first. I'd like to hear this.
Oh, would you now? No. Well, to be honest, I received the script and the project came to me as an offer. Chandrella Avery, one of the producers, and Chris Stokes, director-producer, had enough confidence in me that I could handle this role. But once I read it, and that's always great as an actor, you're just like, yes, I don't have to audition, like this came to me, and you would think instantly, of course, to say yes, but still, I mean, you want to evaluate the project that is in front of you, although it's yours to take. So still did that, and it resonated with me. I've been in abusive relationships, and I think I think the story needs to be told as honest as possible, and it needs to be honored, and not only for my selfish reasons of kind of it being very cathartic and therapeutic for me, but also I wanted to represent her as truthful as I could, and being able to pull from my past. I thought it was really important to tell the story not just from an actor, but from the point of view of it being real life. And once I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, okay, I really know why this project came to you. Not just maybe because you're an actor and they believe in you, but there was a deeper meaning for me, something more spiritual, just kind of how things are destined. So special to me.
That was very eloquent.
Oh,
I don't know if I can follow that. No, I took it because it was a stretch. It was far beyond anything that I had done before, and I wanted to kind of break out of the typecasting that I've been in with the love interest and the nice guy. We all have multiple sides, multiple facets to our personalities, and I hadn't been really given an opportunity to break out of the norm. And this was a huge departure from myself as a person and most of the characters that I've played. So it was a challenge for me, and that was probably the biggest inspiration to take the job. And then, working with the cast, Taye and Malik and Annie, it all just came together for me.
The challenge was something, though, that we shared together, like literally held each other's hands during it. It was very challenging for myself just to always be in that mode. I mean, in that emotional state, and the entire time just kind of being a prisoner of your own, in your own home, or of your own lifestyle even. And I know, knowing you personally, this is the complete opposite of who you are. And he would look at me sometimes and be just like, I'm sorry.
Every
and I was
take.
like, every single
Every
take, before and after, I'm sorry, and meant it. And I was like, stop. Like, I trust you. And this was a process that you really had to trust the person in front of you, which was most of the time you and I in front of each other, and dealing with very intense moments and topics and conversations and, things that are just icky and you don't want to necessarily touch and feel and live. And we lived it together, and I don't think that I would have been able to get through it if it wasn't for the person that I was staring at in front of me the entire time. I mean, I would just like cradle in your arms sometimes. Just
the first scenes that we had were we didn't really know each other at the time, so we
didn't know each other.
They were, they were intense. They put us right in the fire first day.
Yeah, we shot the hardest stuff first, or the more emotionally loaded scenes first. And
there was a time where I could tell that she was having a hard time coming out of the scene. And I mean, to see somebody that's that vulnerable and that hurt in the middle of a set where there's a bunch of people around you and she's just there by herself. I mean, I could see that she was having a hard time coming out. So I just, gave her a hug, and she just broke down. And that's the type of intensity that we went through for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but it was very difficult for me to come out of the character after we were done.
It was tough to show.
We spent so many hours in these people's skin. And for me, like I said, it was a complete opposite 180 from who I normally am. So I had to really commit myself mentally to it. And I coached Little League Baseball. I found myself becoming short with the kids. I found, people in my life were getting short answers, and I was feeling, I would call it orange energy, which is kind of like an anger, but just a simmering anger. And it was difficult. It took me a couple weeks to come out. It really did.
And men were like, I did not. I was like, no. Especially, on a lot of times on set, your crew is predominantly men, and then the cast was as well, besides Robin. So thank God, too, that we had a producer who's a female, Chandrella Avery, who's here. But really that, too, like that female just energy and support system was really important to me too, because there were times when I would see guys and men a lot of the time, and I would associate that with the domestic abuse that I was having to kind of submit to or partake in and be involved in. So that energy was really important to me too, that relationship.
I think the fact that Chandrella is an actor as well probably helped you a great deal, because she could take you aside in moments and give you energy that I couldn't give you, or any of the guys on set couldn't give you. And because she's an actor, she knew how to not disturb your process.
Yes.
Because it's a delicate balance, There's times when I saw people coming and try to talk to you on set when you were going there, and you're just like, what was the guy's name? What was the guy's name that you had to teach? Alex, I think it was.
I gave him
let me teach you something.
A Denzel Washington lesson, okay? I said,
I was standing there, and I'm like, and I just walked away from it.
Chandrella was like, get over here. What is going on? I said, he will not stop, because you're just in it. You're in it. So, I mean, I think we painted the picture clear enough that the process can be very tough, and it's obviously a tedious process that has to be respected. I mean, and the topic, it's not even just a process, it's a topic that and a lifestyle. People really go through this on a daily basis, and it's something to really respect and honor. So I really feel like we all did that collectively, cast and crew.
That's awesome. I want to ask you, because you say you have been in that situation before. What advice would you give young women who might go see this movie just to see it and get out? What advice would you give to them? Yeah,
that is our hashtag, by the way. It is hashtag get out, because you can get out. And let me just preface this with, it was when I was younger in college, and your first relationships, you're figuring it out. You don't really know, is that the norm, And I mean, like, that's obviously not right, that there's something negative, unhealthy about that relationship. But when you're still formulating what the idea of a relationship is and what's right and what's wrong and what you can stand and deal with, anything that is abusive, whether it's verbal, physical, even the threat of it, will probably evolve into abuse. And so know that. Don't take a warning sign as just coincidence. It's absolutely will turn into a red light, and you need to stop right there. So first and foremost, that any warning sign is a sign. It's an absolute sign. And tell someone, even if it's your diary, document it, something, but preferably tell some one of life like that, that is a person that you can actually voice kind of what the situation that you're in, and don't be afraid of yourself, because you're afraid of the person, but a lot of it too is we get in the way, and you can be afraid of yourself, just kind of what you think you might create, hurting people's feelings, letting people down, and that's so not the case. Voicing your opinion and sticking up for yourself is the strongest thing that you can do, the most honorable thing to you, your temple. So yeah, I feel for women and men in situations like that.
Well, Til Death Do Us part comes out September 29th, but before we get out of here, I want you to guys describe your characters in one word.
I'll describe yours and you describe mine, because I have one for you.
I want to hear this.
And then you can describe yours too, but I want to do I want to do yours.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say his is mysterious. Like, you never knew where you were, like as Madison watching you, I didn't know it's so mysterious. It's like, are you kind of getting off on it a little bit? Are you in such enrage that because you're so vulnerable, you're insecure? I mean, it was just this big mystery, and it was so mysterious and played so well. And mystery is like that fine line that like not a lot of people can tread. Sometimes people are just angry or they're not, and the mystery is all that gray matter in between. And I would look at him and be like, God, what is happening? And that's the scariest thing. Like, that's the person that you fear the most, not the person that's giving it away, the tell. Okay, I know you're angry. All right, you're happy. It's that gray matter. So mysterious.
All right, I'll take that. I would describe Michael Roland as damaged in one word. Damaged. He went through a lot as a child, you'll see in the film. And I don't think he ever addressed it. And I think that, it was like a mirror that you take a hammer to just one time, pop, and nobody comes to tape it up. The spider web breaks are still all there. And I think that instead of actually fixing it, he slid a veneer on top of it to make it look like it wasn't broken. And he remained damaged throughout his life. Now, am I supposed to do yours?
Yeah.
In a word, I would describe her character as vulnerable. She really wanted to make Michael's life what the fairy tale should be, She really wanted to make him happy. She gave of herself so much that she lost herself. And I've been in a relationship like that before. I don't know if you've been in a relationship where you meld into one person as opposed to keeping your individuality. And I think that's what Madison did in their relationship. So I think the one word that would describe her best would be vulnerable.
I would say passionate, but that's a lot of people. So maybe the next best thing is giving. Madison Roland's giving.
You guys want to tell them they can find you one last time?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Those are, and I'm on Snapchat too, at Annie Ilonzeh. It's just my name.
And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Stephen C. Bishop and Facebook Stephen Bishop, and I'm not on Snapchat.
Why aren't you on Snapchat?
Please stop asking me to get on Snapchat. I'm not going to get on Snapchat.
Get the dog ears already,
Please.
okay?
The filters are
Okay,
fun.
submit.
Hey guys.
Come.
Again, I am Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. Check out Til Death Do Us Part, September 29th, all across the country. Bye, guys.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.